Today, Domas is having a motorway lesson. He hasn't passed his driving test yet, but you have it tomorrow, don't you?
Yes.
I think you're going to pass. Well, you're more likely to pass it than fail. Far more likely. Hopefully that will go well. So it's going to include the M25, the M11 and the A1M, plus some A roads, the A12 and the A10, I think. I've got a route planned. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get going then. So it's a 30 at the moment, and this becomes a slip road. Can you see the white sign?
Yep.
What does that mean?
National speed.
And that speed's going to be on a dual carriageway?
70.
That's good. Dom has done some slip roads, but only on one lesson. This is going to be a much more in-depth lesson. So let's get going then. It's 70 miles an hour. Stay off the white lines. Stay in your lane here. Signal right. Up into fourth gear now. Let's get some speed up. Keep up with the traffic on the main road. Stay in front of that truck. Go faster. Keep going. That's it. Keep looking forwards. There we go. And then up into sixth gear. Now what you could have done better there was got more speed up when we got to that 70. You were a bit slow, which meant that truck was catching you. If you were going the same speed as them, they wouldn't have caught up with you and it would have been safer.
Right.
You did get the speed in the end though.
Yep.
Just get it a bit earlier, that'll make it easier for you to merge. So you can see the road markings, you can see your lane.
Yeah.
It's very wet today, it's brilliant weather for it, isn't it?
Yeah. Very hard to see, but...
So you should use this lane for driving.
And right lane for overtaking.
That's right, and when you finish overtaking,
move back
to the left lane. So how far should you stay from the car in front? How much distance should you leave?
I think it's 2 seconds when it's dry.
Yep.
But it's doubled when it's wet, so
yeah,
4.
So 4 seconds is ideal. So that car in front goes past the P for parking now.
Yep.
2 seconds, 3 seconds, and yes, you've definitely got 4 seconds there. So you basically just want to make sure you're able to count to 4 before you pass the object that they pass.
Yeah.
And it's not 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
It's like start 1, 2, 3, 4. Do slower seconds if you're not sure, just to make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
Especially in these conditions. You have your lights on. Do you need your fog lights on?
As in now?
Yeah.
No.
When would you? Do you know when you need your fog lights on?
When the visibility is less than 100 meters.
That's right, and I think we've got 100 meters at the moment.
Yeah.
Is it safe to pass?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, objects on camera look further away. On a dash cam or an action cam, generally when I'm making videos, the car in front looks about double the distance to what it looks in reality. So if you're trying to judge the distance of the cars in front here, bear that in mind. They may look super far away, but they're actually a lot closer in reality. It's better to count the gap. So do a time gap. See when the car in front goes past something, then count how many seconds it takes for us to get there. That is still accurate. Domas already has experience changing lane because we've practiced it plenty of times before on slower urban roads, which is probably the more sensible place to learn this. We're currently on the A12 driving towards the M25. Getting onto the M25 has a very interesting roundabout. It's not the best and not everyone knows what lane to be in, so that's going to be interesting. In the interest of trying to keep this long video a bit shorter, I didn't include the big spiral roundabouts, although we did film them and I made a separate video. There should be a link to that video up there. You notice the spray from the car is making it harder to see?
Yeah.
That's when you may want to make the wipers on high. It's okay at the moment, but when you pass that lorry, you're going to have a lot of spray coming on the window, so you're going to want maximum wipers. Okay. So you see that yellow post up there?
Yep.
That's an average speed camera. At the moment you're a bit close to the car in front. If you could drop back a bit please. I say it's about a 2 second gap, if that. So just let that car gradually move away from you. Don't go too slow, don't make such a drastic change. Okay. Just let them gradually go away. I think you're trying to get your speed up to pass the lorry. Yeah. But you can only go as fast as the car in front. Don't close your gap. And don't try and go faster than them. See how it's harder to see with that spray? Yeah, the spray from the van is... That's why you need your headlights. It's much harder to see the cars at the moment, but you can easily see 100 metres. Yeah. So what's your speed? 65. Can you get it to 70? Yeah. Do you know how to use the cruise control? You've used it before, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, it has.
See this bottom button here on the end?
Yeah.
If you press the bottom button, it will set your current speed. Let's try that.
Down or bottom?
The bottom one, you press it in. There you go. The green light is on the dashboard now, and it's
Okay.
set to 66. So click it up 4 clicks. That's 67, 68, there you go, 69 and 70. You can come off that gas pedal, rest your feet. And if you need to turn it off, press the brake, although it's getting very wet now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gone back to manual control, don't blame you. Conditions have suddenly got a lot worse. We are passing this lorry, or truck. Be careful, there is a car up ahead moving out. Considering the conditions are getting so bad, it may be better now to go back to lane 1
Yeah.
and reduce your speed a little bit. Because now it's really bad, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm struggling to see. Wipers are on maximum. Don't get too close to the car in front. This is good distance. So he passes the petrol station price sign now. 1, 2, 3, and there you got about a 4-second gap there. And I can see so much better now you're slower.
Yeah.
So the speed reduces your visibility when it's wet. So you might have to slow down, not necessarily because the water on the road, but it's just because the water in the air is stopping you from seeing, making it less safe.
Yeah, when I was at 70 miles per hour, it was so hard to see in front.
Even though you're passing the truck, if your visibility went down,
Yeah.
I still advise slowing down.
Okay.
If you can't see, better not to go.
Yeah.
Even if you are in lane 2, being able to see is your priority. Okay, we just pulled over in a lay-by to practice moving back out onto the road safely. We can't really have a run up here, can we? Because of the
No.
lorry, and we have that yellow thing in the road.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really fancy driving on that, just in
No.
case it gets caught up in the wheels. So we're going to have to come out and get going. Use the low gears. Don't be fussed about changing gear. Once you're in second, that's going to take you most of the way. And if I was driving now, I would use second gear to get me up to the speed of the traffic.
Okay.
So give it a lot of speed in first, into second, and then that will get you the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Second in this car will do 60 miles an hour.
Oof.
Most cars it's between 45 and 80 depending which car you got. Diesels are generally about 45, petrols are generally around about 55, 60. 80 miles an hour would be more like a Porsche 911 or something. They have very long gears in the manuals. So, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's get the engine on then. Oh, it's already on.
Yeah.
Let's get it in gear. Do the rear wiper. And you're going to have to wait for a decent gap. Leave the rear wiper on if I was you.
Yep.
It's quite busy. We may have to fast forward the video for a gap. And when you see a gap, indicate right, get into the road and do not change gear until I tell you to.
Okay.
You're going to use quite a lot of gas. This is the better mirror. Your right mirror at the moment is pretty...
It is bad. I can't see
soaking
anything.
wet, isn't it? And it was dry. It's got the
What about now?
Yeah, go on in. Let's get going. So keep going. More gas, more gas, more gas. Into second. Good. Now floor it all the way down. Hard as you can on the gas pedal. Harder,
Yeah.
harder.
It's
Off
all the way
gas, into sixth. You're at cruising speed already, just about. And there you go.
Yep.
So use those gears. So use the low gears to get you up to speed. Do we
That
need
was
the
so fast.
Yeah.
We went so quick straight away.
This car is about average.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit faster than average. 8 seconds to 60. I think average is about 9.5 to 60. Most people's first cars are probably 11 or 12, so it's a bit harder in those.
Yeah.
So you're going to stay here, or are you going to go past this ambulance? What do you think?
I'm going to try and go past.
Okay. Let's get going then. Let's get a bit faster.
Yeah.
We've sort of moved into this lane. I feel like we're slowing a bit. That's better. I want to be speeding up as going to this lane to get past. Do you need to do a blind spot check when changing lane?
No.
If there's more than one lane next to you, you really should.
Okay.
Because this mirror is going to show you the lane next to you, but it might not show the next lane along, and someone else in that lane that's 2 lanes away may be moving to the same space as you.
Right.
So for example, you're in lane 1, want lane 2, lane 3 may be also moving to lane 2.
Yeah.
Remember to keep your distance from that lorry now, because we are getting a bit close. I'd say we've probably got a 2-second gap, so that is a bit too close.
Yep.
Let the car drop back slowly. Lorries are supposed to be restricted to 56 miles per hour. Now, quite often it will look like they're doing 60, but that's because your Speedo underreads. Most cars, the Speedo underreads. This one underreads by 3 miles an hour at 60, and it's by 4 by 70. So at 70 miles an hour on that Speedo, you're actually doing 66. That's useful to know as well, because you have that little buffer where if you're trying to keep 70, you can actually go 71, 72, 73, or even 74 in this car and still be within the limit. And that can help you pass. If, say, you're trying to do 70, you start passing, they speed up a little bit. You've got a little bit more extra to get past safely, instead of being stuck next to the car. So you definitely got your 4-second gap now, so it's probably a bit more than that. Is there anything you're struggling with?
Keeping the car stable in the lane, because I keep going on the lines, I feel like.
Now let's get the speed up to 70 then, as we're in this lane and the lorry's moved over, we can get the speed up. That takes practice, and that's why you're here. That's why you've got this time today, a longer lesson, to give you that time to get used to this. You are getting better. Try looking at the centre of your lane, not the edges. Looks like the weather's getting better though. It's nice. Maybe you can turn the wipers down a click. You don't need it on fast now. Car is merging from the slip road into lane 1. So are you going to be passing that lorry, or should you move back to lane 1?
I'm probably going to be passing it soon.
Stay here then, try and get the most out of 70. If you press the top button on the cruise control, it will resume 70, because that's what it's got on there at the moment. So you can come off the gas, and now it will keep you at 70. You get the most out of the speed. What's this sign here mean? This looks like someone's opening an umbrella, doesn't it?
Roadworks?
Yeah, in 3 miles. I thought it said 2 back there. If you see that on this road, that likely means there's going to be a speed restriction, a 50 or a 40.
Do I click it down to turn off the...
To go slower, you click it down. To turn it off, you gently press the brake. So you want to go back to lane 1? That's it. Good observations. It says here Q's likely, so we're probably going to be going into a lower speed limit soon. Although 3 miles is a long way. How long does 3 miles take at 70 miles an hour?
How long does 3 miles taking 70 miles per hour?
Don't think too much, do you know?
Like 2 seconds?
No, 3 miles take... You regret saying that when you watch this video back.
Oh dear.
2 seconds at 70. Well, you get places quickly. About 3 minutes. At 60 miles an hour, every mile is a minute. That gives you an idea of how long it's going to take. There, we've got 2 miles now. You're doing 58 on this Speedo, which is actually probably about 55 miles an hour. So it's just under a mile a minute. We've been going a bit slower in the left lane for a while, because that can help new drivers get used to the steering at higher speeds. And that does seem to be working, because Dom is getting better now. You see the P there for parking? It's worth noting that you don't get those on motorways. This is an A road, it's a dual carriageway, so you have places to park on A roads, but on M roads you won't get them. You only get like the emergency places. So if it's an M road, the laybys are for emergency use only. I don't recall seeing parking places on motorways, but you do get services. You are a bit close to the truck in front, so you're catching them. You need to be aware of your distance, because you're speeding up as they're slowing down. Now you've got about a second gap, I think. So this isn't very safe. And not only that, you can't see the signs, can you? No. That big lorry in front of you, if you've got a sign, it's going to be much harder to see, and it's going to take you longer to read. Can you see the sign there? It says half a mile, and we're actually leaving there. And by the half mile mark, you want to be trying to get to the left lane. Don't leave it to the last moment. Very good. So you see that lorry next to you there? That you were looking at over your blind spot? They could have been coming into this lane, couldn't they? But I could see you had that under control. That was brilliant. So you're 50 now, you can press on. Now the car in front's moved over. And you're going past the national speed limit sign yet, but don't pass on the left. Try to avoid passing on the left. It's important to allow cars to leave these roads. If you pass on the left, they can't leave. They can't get to the hard shoulder. If they break down, they can't take their exit. I am going to help with your position a little bit there, because you are drifting to the right.
I saw that.
Just try and stay in your lane. Try and get past this lorry now. Don't hover in their blind area. At the moment, you're not really in their blind area. Now you are. When you're next to the cabin, the unit, that's the most blind bit. They can see more behind, but they can't see next to their door. And they'll come back a little bit because you are a little bit close. So yeah, speeding up and slowing down when it's busy, that causes what's known as phantom traffic, where cars come to a standstill even though nothing's happened. It's just that there's too many cars on the road. And that's another reason why I think it's a bad idea when it's busy for everyone to be changing lane, because when you're changing lane, it's going to increase how often you're changing speed, because you catch up with the lorry, you slow down, then you need to change back to the lane to go faster.
Right.
Should you be in lane 1 now, or is lane 2 okay?
I probably should be in lane 1.
I think you should be in lane 2.
2?
Yeah, because you're going faster than these lorries, and the car in front has now got far enough away, plenty far enough away that you can keep with the speed.
True.
And you drop back there because you got a bit close.
Yeah.
Now try to just maintain this distance. Now don't rush up to them and get really close to them.
Okay.
Try and match their speed, but maintain the distance. Now, should you move back to lane 1, or do you think you're going to be passing that lorry soon? On camera, bear in mind that yellow lorry looks at least twice as far away as it does in real life. What do you think?
I probably should be fine here.
Now, this is an opinion. There's no actual rule of how long it's going to take you to pass the next car for you to have to move over. There's not like, oh, you're going to pass the car within 10 seconds or a minute. Everyone makes their own opinion here. In my opinion, you're going faster than that lorry.
Yeah.
I think you're better off staying here. Moving to lane 1 would be brief. You'd only be moving back to lane 2 again. Another 2 lane changes when you know you're going to be passing soon. You're not holding anyone up behind. No one behind is getting aggravated.
Nope.
People are able to pass you on the right. Moving back to the left lane, I think, is more important when there's only 2 lanes. Because when there's only 2 lanes, then if someone wants to go faster than you, they've got no option to go to the lane 3, have they?
Yeah.
Don't hold cars up. Don't cause road rage. If you feel someone wants to get past, just move over and let them pass. So at the moment, you're actually going slower. You're no longer catching the lorry, are you? Now, is that because of your intentions, or is that a mistake from your stability?
Yeah, probably mistake.
Yeah?
Because I was dropping back from that car in front of us, and yeah, I just
There we go. That feels more
didn't keep the
like now we're keeping up, aren't we? Just try and keep up with that car, but don't get close.
Yeah.
You chase them, but you never catch them.
Yeah.
This is a good distance, lovely distance. They go under the gantry now. 1, 2, 3. Perfect, basically.
Yeah.
That is a very safe distance. In 2 second distance in the dry is minimum though. In the wet, doubling it is playing it safe.
Yeah.
So the sat nav is telling you need to go towards Cambridge. Now, are you going to be overtaking anything anytime soon?
No.
So if I was you, pop it back in the left lane, and you know you're going to be leaving soon. Just try and keep with the flow now. And we're going, doesn't say on the sat nav where you got to go, but I know it's M11 North because I planned it.
Yeah.
It's just saying Cambridge. Does it say Cambridge? Or it does. So actually you need lane 2. Look at the sign. So when it's safe, you want to move back to lane 2. If it's busy like it is now in that lane, ask with your signal, but don't make the mistake of looking in the mirror as much as you are. You'll start weaving. Look forwards and glance. Is it safe now?
Yeah, it's changing lane.
Okay, so quick blind spot then. Make sure lane 3 isn't coming to lane 2.
Yep.
And then gently change lane. That's excellent. I really like how you change lane. Come back from the red car, red. I always call black red because they're, yeah, come on, come back.
Yeah.
Black car, we're a bit close there, and they've started slowing down as well. Yeah, I really do like how you change lane because you change lane slowly, that's safe. If you've made a mistake, if you've missed something, well, if you're changing lane slowly, there's more chance of that thing that you've missed to notice you and prevent the collision. So sudden lane changes are dangerous. I see a lot of red and you're accelerating. Red is brake lights, everyone's slowing down.
Yep.
So if I'm seeing red brake lights, I want to feel like I'm slowing down as well. But there, I felt like you were starting to go faster. Am I overloading you with information?
A little bit.
Sorry, break a bit more. It's partly because I'm trying to not only give you a lesson, but
yeah, of course,
trying to put information across to the viewers as well. So we're going M11 North, Cambridge. So you're very late to respond to that brake light.
Yeah, I was looking at the sign, reading it.
glance really briefly.
Right, okay.
So I'm feeling like, and it's quite common, I notice a lot of learners do that, everything in their head starts slowing down and I'm usually off the gas starting to brake myself.
Right.
And it's like, they're speeding up,
Yeah.
they're going faster. And now they're going faster and you're dropping back.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to be a bit more on the ball of keeping with the flow.
Right, okay.
And that's why we had that problem with that yellow truck when you're starting to pass it, then you're getting too close to the car in front, then too far back.
Yeah.
It's just concentration. So you need to leave here, see that? It's M11 North, means you've got to take the slip road. And you see the brake lights?
Mm-hmm.
So don't necessarily brake, just maybe not be accelerating anymore. Just let it slow down gradually, but not too much. Just try and keep with the traffic. You notice all the cars in front have about half a second gap.
Yeah.
That's not safe. Don't use that as a guide. Just try and stay in M11 North. See it on the road. Third gear for fourth gear for sure. Not. I thought you were going for second there.
No.
So M11 North for these 2 lanes. They can get going again. Pop it back into sixth. You shouldn't have to worry about that when you're in sixth. So it says max speed 30, but that is advisory.
Right.
So do what you think is safe and comfortable. I mean, they're thinking about lorries when they put that up.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think they do, because 30 does seem very slow here. But just judge the speed based on what's comfortable. Spending a bit more, isn't it? So maybe brake a little bit, go a little bit slower here. That's it. That feels better. Off the brake now.
Yep.
About 36 there. So you're not leaning on the tyres. It is wet. You're a little bit right. A little bit more. That's better. That's good. Off the gas a little bit. 'Cause you're starting to catch the black car. Just try and match their speed. So this time we're not getting a roundabout. This is a different type of junction where you just stay in your lane and it takes you where you need to go.
Mm-hmm.
Often you get these on motorways. Motorways are generally much safer than dual carriageways. And once upon a time, not long ago, I wasn't allowed to take you on a motorway.
Why is
even
that?
though they're safer
Right.
than a dual carriageway. Just the rules. But rules change. Sometimes rules are wrong. But you have to abide by them until they do change. Good. Didn't even have to tell you to do this. Bit more power though. That's it. Because you're holding up traffic a bit there.
Yeah.
Well done. And you notice the broken line, that means it's merging.
Mm-hmm.
For people watching, if you don't know, when I see that line, I'll mention it again. I think there's one coming up soon. You're a little bit left. You're about to go in those red cat's eyes. So this line on the left now, but we've got this really, really small lines that are close together, means the car is merging into this lane, or it's a place where you can leave. It's a place where you cross. It's known as a blend line. So are you going to pass this yellow truck?
Probably not at the moment.
If you keep up with the car in front, will you pass them?
Yeah.
Keep up with that car in front then, because they're going faster. And we've got 3.4 miles until we leave.
Okay.
So within half a mile of that, we want to be in lane 1. So off the power now, because I think this car wanted to undertake you. Now come off the gas and slow down.
Yeah.
So that's naughty really. You're just keeping a safe distance from the car in front. That's all you're doing. But they don't want to, do they? Look how close they're following.
They're very close.
So they think you're on middle lane hogger.
Mm-hmm.
Now keep up with the flow. You're not on middle lane hogger. Bear in mind vehicles look further away on camera, about double the distance. He's not hogging the middle lane. He is going faster than that yellow truck and he's about to pass it soon. This is what I'm really pleased with. I'm talking to you, aren't I?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's too much information.
Yeah.
But what you're doing is you're
Driving.
concentrating on the road.
Yeah.
And I said that to you last time, didn't I?
Yep.
With that Cockney rhyming slang I did, trying to distract you. Block out your passenger if they're too much.
Yeah.
I've had passengers who just don't shut up sometimes, and you get somewhere that's complicated, and you know you need to concentrate, and you shut them off. They're talking, you're concentrating on this difficult roundabout. Well, then they're angry with me for not listening to them. Usually people who drive don't do that. It's people who don't drive who are more likely to do that because they don't realise. But yeah, concentrate on the road first. Listen to the passengers second. And is this a slip road?
Yep.
Okay, we're coming in. Match the speed of the traffic. Try not to look in your mirrors too much. Okay. So there's your target vehicle.
Yep.
That truck with the trailer, match their speed further from the white line and signal. Use the slip road now, don't dive over. Use the slip road and blend gradually. Just a quick sideways glance, that's it. It's multiple lanes there. Some idiot might try and go to lane 1 as you are entering. I've had that happen to me before.
Really?
Yes. Probably, maybe because they feel like they've got to go back to the left lane. Or someone behind's pushing them to do that. But yeah, don't go back to lane 1 outside a slip road when cars are merging. That's really poor to do that.
Right.
Can we pass this lorry?
Yeah, I believe so.
But look forwards, don't look in your mirrors too much. You can when it's safe to.
When it's safe.
Because you've got up to 70 on your Speedo. Well, actually, you've got real 70, you can go up to 74 on that Speedo.
Yeah.
For your driving test, the examiners take the Speedo as gospel. So don't think, oh, my car reads 60, my car reads 70, but I'm actually doing 67. Your examiner's going to use the Speedo as gospel. Right. But it's good to know what your Speedo does for when you're driving after your test. I think you probably could have gone then. You see that Mini?
Yeah.
Go a bit faster now. Speed up. Speed up. Go faster. Go faster. There we go. Now indicate. There you go. Slow down a little bit. You're going a bit too fast. Check your side blind spot and merge. So use your speed to open up opportunities.
Okay.
Because there, what you're doing is you're like slowing down, waiting for everyone to pass you. When that Mini was quite far.
Yeah.
And if you kept up with the flow, you could just merge in.
I just judged it wrong, I think.
Now you're a bit close, so just let the car creep away gradually, but not too much. Because people will think you're middle lane hogging and undertake you. That's better. Now keep up.
Yeah.
Don't let it get too far back, and you can start passing the lorries on the left. So a little bit faster. The car in front is still getting away. That's better. Or to say the truck in front is still getting away. Now I feel like we're keeping up and going faster in this lane, passing the traffic in lane 1. Got 1.7 miles to your next exit. So you want to start thinking about, I need lane 1 at some point.
Okay.
Looks like you're already going to be passing this lorry. So I'd finish that if I was you. And then get back to lane 1. And don't go too fast. You probably want to go in behind this lorry.
Yeah.
So just let it slow down a little bit. Actually, go faster. Get past that lorry as well.
Okay.
I think it's probably a better idea. Because they're a bit slow, aren't they?
We'll go in this gap here.
Yeah, but wait until you pass so you can see them in this mirror. When you can see them in this mirror, you're far enough ahead. So signal left, look forwards, and then gently change lane and slow down. Bit of an error there. You're looking in your mirrors too long.
Okay.
You drifted. Slow down now a little bit because you're a bit close.
Yep.
And you've got to go towards M25, M1, Watford. You see the blue sign?
Yeah.
Lots of glances, no staring. Bring it back from the car in front. See the broken line on your side?
Yep.
Very small and close together. That means this lane is going to leave. So that either means you're blending or this lane's going to branch away and go. It's a different road essentially. So you could argue we're already on the M25.
Yeah.
No, not really. We are on the M11. And we want to go towards Watford. Which it says up there.
Yep.
And it's getting wider. Stay left as it gets wider. It's splitting the 2 lanes. That's why it does that. It does that quite often. And then keep up with the traffic in front. And we've got some new signs up ahead now. We want to continue going towards Watford. What lane do we need? Can you see the signs yet?
Yeah.
Go a bit faster so people don't overtake. Do you need to change lane?
No.
Yeah, you do. You need Watford.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So
we need right lane.
Yeah, you do. That's how it works. That's why you want to know where you're going.
Right.
And follow the signs. The signs and the sat-nav combined work well.
Okay.
So there's Watford there as well, on the right. Got a bend, says reduce speed, but obviously if you're already going slow, take that with a pinch of salt. Just drive at the speed you think is comfortable.
Okay.
Don't lean on the tyres too much. It's another one of these junctions where you don't have a roundabout. There's been no roundabout sign. You just stay in your lane and it takes you to where you need to go. Because we're actually going Watford bound on the M25. If you stayed in the left lane back there, you'd be going a completely different direction.
Yeah.
Towards Dartford. So you see this blue sign? The left lane has its own lane, look, when it merges. But the right lane has to merge. There we go. Well done. Good speed around there. Felt comfortable. Kept it in your lane. And now you're on the M25 again.
Yeah.
going towards Watford. How much distance have we got to the next exit? It says here, look.
10.3 miles.
Yeah, helpful to know.
Right.
So you have an idea of how long you're going to be on the road for. So you see the traffic on your right. Try not to go faster than them if you can.
Okay.
You can undertake when it's really busy. When it's really busy and the right lane slows down, the left lane's going faster, you can keep up with the flow of traffic.
Okay.
But it's best to avoid undertaking. Undertaking is when you pass on the left. Passing on the left isn't actually illegal, but it can be considered careless driving or dangerous driving, depending on the situation. Really what it's there for is to stop people from weaving in out of lanes, trying to get up the road. So you're catching up with the cow lorry. Keep that distance now. You want to go past that lorry? If you do, you need to move to lane 2.
Yeah.
But look forwards more than staring in your mirror because you'll lose your position. Just glance. Very good. Did you check your blind spot?
No.
That's one thing there, because there is lane 3 that could go to lane 2.
Yeah, true.
So a little bit left. Are you passing this truck anytime soon? If you keep up with the flow, I think you are. Again, bear in mind, vehicles ahead look double the distance on this wide angle lens. More than double, I find. So you are passing this truck, so you stay here, it's a good idea. A little bit over the speed limit. Speed camera there, by the way, but don't worry. 74 is 70 in this car. You have a little bit of a buffer there. That's why I like to still stay at 70, because I know I've got that bit of buffer to help me when I need it. So, are you going to be passing the blue truck soon if you keep with the flow of this lane?
Yeah.
Just keep with the flow then and stay here. I think you need to speed up a little bit because this gap is probably a little bit big. There we go. The trouble is we've got the lorry in front passing the lorry, so really you're in a queue at the moment. You're waiting for that lorry to get past the blue lorry.
Yeah.
Because they got what I call an elephant race. We have 2 lorries trying to overtake each other. That's what really causes a lot of the issues on these roads. Sometimes you have 3 lorries abreast on these roads with 4 lanes, all trying to overtake each other. And they're going about the same speed. This holds everybody up.
Yep, true.
All the lorries in lane 1 need to do is back off the pad just a moment to help the lorry in lane 2 pass. Solve the problem. But no, we've got this elephant race. Put the wipers up. Stay here for a bit. Don't go alongside the lorry. That's it. Keep with it though, don't let it get away. A bit faster, they're getting away, aren't they?
Yep.
More gas position. A bit more to the right. Now get past it. You don't want to hover in the lorry's blind area. Just help you position, you are left. Off the gas a bit, it's a bit too much, don't need to go that fast. And then slow down a little bit again. Are you passing the next lorry?
Well, they're having an elephant race, so I'm not sure.
You will, but you will because the lorry in front.
Yeah.
You want to, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You're waiting to, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you're not doing it because of the car in front, not because you're going slow.
Yeah.
So wait in line now as it goes. A little bit further back, they are braking. I think there's their brake lights on there a little bit. Yeah, the brake light's gone off now. So I'm not sure why the national speed limit sign is there. It's been national the whole time. Maybe it's just a reminder. And just try and keep with that lorry now. And now you can get going. Just bear in mind cars in the lane next to you. If they're overtaking you, it's not good to like trap them next to you. Always try and let them pass. So consider that when you're considering your speed. Got a bit of danger now, haven't we? I wouldn't go alongside that lorry near the slip road because that lorry might have to change lane, that one in front. That's good. Right now it looks like you're in the clear. Not anymore. So what about moving to lane 3? Do you think that's a good idea if you want to go faster?
Yeah.
Go on in. That's it, and get going. Accelerate. Now try and keep a good position. That's nice. See, now you're passing. Are you going to be passing the next lorry or do you need to come in?
I'll probably be passing them.
Okay, stay here then. How far into our next exit?
Like 3 minutes.
Yeah. So at some point soon, you may want to be thinking of getting to lane 1.
Yeah.
And you're in lane 3, so there's a couple of lane changes to do.
Right.
Should you go past the next lorry or should you go back?
I'll go back.
Go on then. That's it. Try not to let the car drift whilst you're thinking. So cancel the signal now.
Yep.
Keep it in this lane because you are drifting over before you signal and before you make your decisions. Stay. You are now. Look, you're on that line nearly.
Right.
This is the middle of your lane here.
Okay.
Just there. Hold it there.
Yep.
Left knee in the centre.
Yep.
You're steering too much on the bends. That's what it is. Very normal. Most learners do that.
Okay.
Most new drivers do that. Now can you go to lane 1?
Yeah.
Look forwards then. Check again just to make sure, and then look forwards as you slowly change. Really good. Excellent. So we're actually going towards the A10, look. 1 mile now. Try to avoid passing the lorry on the left. That lorry may decide, oh, I need the A10 as well, and they'll feel compelled to get to this lane quickly.
Right.
So just hold back. It's not long now until the exit.
Slip road.
It is. So you now need to pick a target. Probably a bit early to pick a target at the moment. Get your speed up. And that target is the car you go behind. Plan to go behind a car more than in front of a car. It's easier that way. But you're looking forwards, not backwards. There's your target. See that truck?
Yep.
So, oh, have we got our own lane? Wait a minute. We've got a long line next to you, haven't we? That long line means it's not a blend line.
Oh.
This is your lane. Don't have to worry. See the yellow on the left there, on the left of the gantry?
Yep.
That's the speed camera.
Oh,
That's
really?
where they put them, yeah. So it's just where the speed change would be for the variable speed limit. So read the sat nav. Where are we going? Wipers up more. I think it's starting to rain again, isn't it?
A1.
Yep.
Hatfield, London.
Okay.
London
so,
C.
Good. Now you see the sign.
Yep.
Hatfield. So the sat nav is saying A1 Hatfield and London, and you've just had one sign saying A1 London and one sign saying A1 Hatfield.
Right.
So, which one do you take? Look at the roundabout. Does it look like we're going to go right or left?
Right.
So I would go with the right of the 2 lanes.
Right.
In that case.
Okay.
That was helpful, wasn't it, from the sat nav there?
Yeah.
Go towards London and Hatfield. Thank you, Google. You're undertaking here now and you used to slow down, brake, 40, brake a bit more, that's it. So look at the sign, you need Hatfield, don't you? You've got half a mile
So I need
now.
the right lane.
You do, if I was you, I'd ask. Look forwards, slow it down a little bit more. There we go, well done. And that's when you need to ask. You did a good job there, slow down a little bit more. Catching the vehicle ahead. It is a 40 limit now, isn't it? Remember that. We saw 40 on the sign. And they're all braking, aren't they? So you're on the gas pedal. Don't like that, come on. They're braking, we're braking. Don't be on the gas. Really doesn't feel nice to be sitting here, seeing brake lights and be accelerating.
Yeah.
Something that you never get used to as an instructor, but it does happen when you do these lessons. So you should be braking, it's downhill, keep the car slow. That's it, everything's slowing down to keep this distance. It's traffic, so it will be busy. You see the sign up there, A1M Hatfield. I think you need lower gear.
Yeah.
And I'd rather be still a little bit further back from this lorry than we are. Because I feel like we're a bit of a passenger. Like the lorry is obstructing your view of signs, but we're a passenger to their driving. What they do, we have to suddenly react to.
Right.
I'd rather a little bit more, that's better. I feel more comfortable now. I've got a bit more breathing space. Got what? 2 second gap or so, 3 second gap. It's low speed, not going to maintain 4 seconds at low speeds. Look at the signs now, figure out what you need to do. Can you see? What do you need to do?
Stay in this, no. Go left.
Go on in. So this is A1 Hatfield.
Yep.
Now it's giving you the option to go A1 Hatfield on the sat nav, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not saying both anymore. Still 40 though, remember that. Until we leave. And you've got the North Hatfield again here, haven't you?
Yeah.
Just signal left just to confirm it. It's really obvious you're leaving. You don't really need the signal now. And go around the curb, don't cut across it. And of course, this is likely going to be a slip road, isn't it?
Yep, slip road.
You see up ahead, there's a big, thick, white line.
Yeah.
That usually means that this lane just continues. You don't need to merge.
Okay.
See? So you've got ages. And I reckon this will be a permanent lane, but we'll see. I'm not sure. I don't know these roads like the back of my hand. I know roughly where I am in terms of geography, whether I'm going north or south, but I don't know these junctions like the back of my hand. I do them all at broken lines, so signal, we are merging. There we go. Wasn't much warning there, was it?
No.
Not much warning at all. That was a very short blend line. You couldn't see it until you're on top of it. Right, so we continue now to the next point. Another slip road.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
You're a little bit left. This is one lane. You're trying to...
Oh, one lane, I thought.
Yeah, it looks like it to me. You're really close to that white line. I wouldn't be treating it like 2 lanes. It's not quite wide enough. Signal. That's it. Good, good that you're prioritising getting up to speed over going up the gears. Now you can just skip to a cruising gear. There you go. Only 2 lanes now.
Yeah.
More basic. And you have to decide, do you want to stay in this lane or do you want to overtake?
Okay.
It's probably better to leave it a little while first just to make sure you know how fast that van's going. They may have slowed down because of the slip road.
Yeah.
And they may speed up again. So it's always good just to leave it a few minutes before you do move to the right lane. Not a few minutes, sorry. Just a bit of time. A few minutes is probably too long. Enough time that you know, yeah, I'm definitely going to go faster than them. So what do you think? You're going to go faster than them?
Yeah.
I believe so. That's good. Now speed up as you do it. That's good. Lovely. And then keep with the new flow. Very good. Now make sure when you see brake lights you think, I need to slow down.
Yeah.
Because you never know how quickly they're going to slow down. And that's the problem with when a car, like the car in front, that Tesla's following that Mini a bit too closely.
Mm-hmm.
So every time that Mini makes a minor speed change, that Tesla will have to brake and you'll keep seeing the brake lights. And what that will do is it will make you become less sensitive to the brake lights.
Mm-hmm.
And then there'll be one time where they do brake hard. So you're passing these vehicles, if you stay at 70?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get it right up to 70 then, every bit. Because they have sped up a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah.
There we go. Push the bottom button of the cruise control. There we go, and come off the gas. And it's 71 on the Speedo, but it is probably 67 to be fair. Roughly where it is. 1.7 miles we've got to leave.
Okay.
So you want to start thinking about...
Lane change.
Yeah.
I probably should do it here.
Just brake gently then, turn off the cruise, and then do manual control now with your gas pedal. Go further forward, please.
Yep.
Not yet. A bit more gas. If you're slowing down there, a bit more gas. And now gradually move over. Don't move in just as you pass something. Give a bit of air first. You should really see them in this mirror before you move in. So it's bad there. You sort of slowed down and sort of stayed near their nose. Get past them, pull in. So half a mile, looks like you're leaving. And now gradually get that safe stopping distance.
Okay.
Starting to get more wet again. How's your position? What do you think?
It was good.
Okay. It's a little bit left when I asked. Left bends, you're getting better, but it's still just a bit left on left bends.
Right.
This is good here. I am being fussy though. That was, you were pretty good.
Okay.
It's just not where I would want it to be a bit more right if I was driving. So more centered. So it's not this first one.
No.
Look on the sat nav. That's the services at South Mims.
Yeah. It's this one here.
Yeah, so now you can signal and keep it in between the lines, especially on this bend. Focus on the centre. Steer with your bum, not the nose. If you steer with your nose, you'll cut the corner. That's it. Steer where your bum is. Keep your bum in the middle, and then go. See the blue sign?
Mm-hmm.
You've got an arrow which has your own lane. So much to take in, isn't there?
It is.
But the thing is, as you get more experienced and practiced, you look at that sign and you know straight away what it means.
Yeah.
You're not having to look at all the arrows. It's not all confusing. You just know, oh, that means I've got my own lane.
Yeah, it's very challenging, but I'm liking it because I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. But you've got to do it to learn this. I think you should go to 6th.
Yep.
It's very busy, isn't it?
Yep.
Got vehicles on your right, you're not going to be change lane. You're not going to be able to change lane for a while, so just relax. Keep with the flow, focus on that. Every so often look at your mirror if you're thinking about changing lane. If there is an opportunity and you want to get over to lane 2 or 3 to get going faster, then do so. But right now you should be concentrating on keeping with the flow. The trouble is you are going a bit slow.
Yeah.
And because you're not keeping with the flow and that van's got really far away, now everyone behind you in this lane wants to overtake you, don't they?
Yeah,
so then you never get your lane change. You just went a little bit right there. Focus on where you're going. What were you looking at?
At the van in front.
Focus on your position now. Don't steer too much. You actually pretty much went on that white line there, that lorry next to you.
Yeah, I saw. I was pretty close.
So try and keep with the flow, because otherwise you become the problem.
Yeah.
Keep your safe distance, but match their speed. You see, now we're going a bit faster. Look, the cars behind are staying behind, aren't they?
Yeah.
So do we want to get to lane 2 so we can get going faster?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, go on then. And now focus ahead. Don't look at your mirrors too much. Good that you're changing lanes slowly, especially with that black MG. Good that you're worried about them. That was good hazard awareness there. Okay, so now you're looking forwards, and if you get the opportunity to move to lane 3, you can, but don't make it your priority. Just look every so often. Don't watch and stare. That's good, see? Looking forwards mostly, glance every so often. If you're watching your mirrors, you're dangerous. You're not looking at something, your head's going to change, you're going to have a collision. That's good. Now we're getting nearer the speed limit, we're making more progress. We're not in the elephant lane, the driving lane, we're in the lane where we can actually get up to speed. Getting a bit close to the black car in front. Are you getting to the point where you're struggling with concentration now? You've been doing
I think so, a little bit.
So hold back a little bit. This can happen, that's why you need brakes. Everyone's different though. Some people struggle for half an hour, some people can do it all day. There's like a general rule of thumb that you don't want to do more than 2 hours at once. Doesn't work for me though. I can drive for hours and hours, doesn't really...
Really?
Yeah. Carry on. See, you slowed down now, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's time you had a break, isn't it?
Yeah.
So a bit faster now. Look how far away that black car's got ahead. So now you are middle lane hogging, because you're going slow in this lane.
Right.
Keep up. Move back to lane 2 if I was you. So keep up now.
Yep, will do.
Get it to 70. If you want to go slow, if you think I don't want to try and stay at 70, then go to left lane.
Okay.
If you want to be in these lanes, try and keep with the flow, try and get close to 70 or the speed of the car in front. So should you move back to lane 1?
I think I'll be fine here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Because we're going to pass those vehicles in front of us.
You're on the white line. Are you doing 70?
No.
Go back to lane 1 then.
Okay.
And yes, you're right, you're going to pass those vehicles, but if you're not maintaining the speed and there's nothing in front of you, don't stay in those lanes. That I definitely agree with. If you're in lane 2, 3 or 4, you should either be doing 70 or the same speed as the car in front if it's lower than 70. Do you want to move back to lane 2?
Yeah.
Go on then. But now you're in lane 2.
I have to steady.
Keep up.
Yeah, keep up.
Don't be slow in these lanes. Position. That's it. Good. There we go. That's better. And now you're starting to catch the van. Starting to get near your distance that you want. Still got a little bit closer you can get. Then you start just matching their speed. And that's where your concentration should be. It's just flowing with them.
Yeah.
Flowing with it's your position and speed. It's hard to concentrate on that when you're thinking about so many other things though, when you're learning. So you're doing 61 now, aren't you? Are you overtaking?
No.
Move back to lane 1 then. Or you can move to lane 3 and go 70 and get past that van.
Could do.
That's up to you. Depends what you want to do. Do you feel like you're fresh enough to be doing 70 or do you need a break?
Probably a break.
Yeah? We'll look for a place to have a break then. That's what we'll do next. So how are you feeling?
Yeah, Pretty good. A lot of challenging things we've done.
Anything hard?
Looking at the signs and making sure I'm in the right lane and taking the right exit, because some signs there was so many like lanes and stuff. It was confusing to me sometimes.
That's why it's helpful if you have someone who's sitting next to you who can help guide you when you're new on these roads, because you're getting used to the higher speeds, the way the steering wheel reacts at higher speeds, and then trying to read the signs as well. If you start reading those signs and you take a long time to do it, it's danger there.
Yeah.
You're losing your position. So it's probably better to have someone with you when you're on these roads to begin with. That's why I'm giving you the lesson as well. But even after that, just a little bit of support for direction and where you're going. Because once you get used to it, you find it much easier, much quicker to look at a sign and go, oh yeah, that means that means this. And you're just a bit more familiar with how the sat-nav is giving you directions and what it means.
Yeah.
But you will probably go the wrong way. I made you get the wrong lane, didn't I?
Yeah.
I thought, we need that lane. And I sort of took the wheel a little bit and thought, I'll hold you left, because it looked like it was spiralling off round to the left there, and then saw the road markings and like, nope, we didn't need that lane. And that happens most of the time. I go somewhere that isn't in my backyard, I will probably go the wrong way at least once, just because you don't know which lane you need often until it's too late. You're guessing on the way there quite often. You're like, well, it's left, I'll stay left, or it's right, I'll stay right. So it can go wrong. So have you learned anything?
I've learned quite a few bits, yeah.
But you need a rest, don't you?
Yeah, I do. My knees in pain.
Yeah, well, that's cruise control.
Yep.
I love cruise control. I can go so far with it. Like I said, I could drive a long time. I can't drive a long time in a car. It's difficult.
Yeah.
I used to have a little sports car. It had no driver assistance at all. And driving that more than 2 hours was just horrible. I liked it for short runs, but not for long runs. But with cruise control, a nice, easy, comfortable car that doesn't pull left or right, stays straight. Go for ages. But everyone's different.
Yeah.
Like, for example, full-time driving instructor, how many hours are they spending in the car? A lot more than 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you're concentrating that whole time, and I guess that's part of it, because I've done it so many years that now my brain's just adapted to that, and I can drive all day. I know you probably shouldn't, but I can.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to affect me. I seem to be fine, other than lack of exercise. So I think we should wrap the video up here. You're going to have a little rest. Trouble is, motorway, the closest motorway from where he lives, or where I live. You live close to me, don't you?
Yep.
It's about an hour away. So if I want to give motorway tuition and get people on a motorway, you have to sort of drive an hour to get there and then drive an hour back. That's already 2 hours. That's a lot of concentration, which is why we need to have this break. If you found the video interesting or helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're looking for car insurance, check out the links to Collingwood and Confused in the description. If you're learning to drive and want to insure yourself on somebody else's car, then Collingwood are there for you, because you can do so without affecting the owner's policy, and that takes away a big stress from the owner of that car. At the moment, there's up to 35% off and a £20 Amazon gift card. If you want to insure your own car, I recommend checking out a link to confused.com, because you fill out one quote form, get loads of quotes back from many insurers to compare who's cheapest, and you can change your car on that quote without having to do the whole quote again, which is useful if you want to keep changing your car to see how much it costs to insure different cars. That's handy if you're trying to compare how much it costs to insure cars, perhaps if you're shopping around to buy a new car. Using the links doesn't cost you anything, but it does support the channel, so thank you very much. Subscribe to get my future videos, and until the next one, cheerio.